and get started. All right, guys. Well, happy Wednesday. Thank you so much for jumping on our advanced getting started training. And I'm going to go ahead and share my screen here. There we go. All right. So we're going to go ahead and walk through. And this training is really for those of you that have already achieved gold and ultimate, that you're already moving on in your business and you need to know the next steps of what you're going to do as you're starting new people on your team. And so I'm going to walk you through what I recommend as every single person joins your team in order to set them up for success. Now, if you're like, wait a minute, I'm somewhere in this timeline and I haven't had that training, well, that's what our basic training is and some one-on-one training. So if you feel like there's some gaps for you in here, feel free to reach out. We can help you fill those gaps. But the minute you enroll somebody, the minute somebody entrusts you to get their business started with you, we want to make sure that they have their tools in their tool belt. So we want to train them on boards. We want to help them make that first personal post that, they take a little selfie and they say that they're getting started on a new journey. And then we want to help them schedule their entire first week with them, their entire 7 days of posts. Now, why do we do that? Well, one, we took away all the pain, right? We ripped the Band-Aid off. We did the hardest things first, and we did it together when they had a buddy to help them with it. So if they got stuck somewhere, if they got nervous, they had that support of us walking them through it. Next, we're going to make sure that they're in our business groups. So they're in Partner Code Nation. They're on our Telegram channel. They're in a boosting group. And then we make sure that they know about the IPA Zoom so that they can get all the tips and tricks that they need in order to accelerate their business. So that's the minute somebody enrolls and raises their hand and says, I want to make some money with this. Okay. Now, the next section is as soon as they start moving boxes. And this might be that same day, right? They might enroll, they might do that first post, and people might raise their hands right away and say, whatever it is you're doing, I want to do it. So this could happen instantly, or it could take a couple days. But once they've sold, a couple of boxes, maybe 4 boxes, I want to make sure that they're comfortable with our customer conversion process, that they know that we love on our customers each and every week, that we send them that getting started text, and then the week 1, week 2, week 3 follow-up text messages so that they are working on converting their droppers into brand partners so that they can grow their business. Now, as soon as somebody reaches Gold and Ultimate, I'm going to make sure that they have their subscription set up, right? We want to make sure that they get paid as they're moving forward in their business. I'm going to make sure that their direct deposit is set up, again, because I want to make sure that every dime that Partner Co is paying them is in their checking account. And then I'm going to show them how to leverage their next brand partner into their business so that when they need to order that 4th 10-pack, right? When they're past that 1,500 PV and they need 10 more boxes, I'm going to show them how to leverage that into their team so that they maximize their pay. And then as soon as they start a team, I'm going to show them how to love on those people, how to work with their worker bees, how to make sure and check the health of their team, the volume, where they can place their next person, all of that. So that's kind of my brand partner timeline, where what I'm going to do each week, and so, a lot of this could overlap. We might do this in the first week and a half that somebody's in the business, but it's just when they reach these different milestones, I want to make sure that they're ready for the next one. So first one is, oh, so sorry. I'll go back, Sharice. There you go. Got it. Okay. The next one is setting up our direct deposit. So you're going to log into partner.co. I go directly to the website. It's created by Partner Co. It works very smoothly. It's a lot easier than, maybe going in through the app because you can hit the back button. But go to partner.co and you're going to log in. In the upper left-hand corner, there's going to be 3 little lines. If you click on it, it's going to open up this big old menu here that allows us to see all kinds of different stuff. I'm going to click on my money, and then I'm going to go to Partner Co Pay. And that's where I'm going to be able to see my direct deposit, all that good stuff. Okay. All right. Making sure. And the direct deposit is going to look a little bit, well, exactly like this because it's a screenshot. But you're going to click this little plus sign and it's going to ask for, let's see if I got it, your banking information, But the main thing that we want to make sure is right up here that you tell it, I want my whole paycheck. Sometimes people will leave this at 0 and they're like, I don't know why I put my bank, but none of the money's gone. Well, you only asked for 0%. I want 100% of my check. So I'm going to make sure that this says 100%. And I'm going to put my information, and right here, it's going to say submit. Now, at the bottom of that same screen, it's going to show you some other options. So e-wallet or like some other things that you could do with your pay. You want to make sure at the very bottom, there's going to be another percentage box and that it says total. We want to say 100% and total, and then click save. So you're going to have to submit, and save in order to make sure that your direct deposit gets into your account. So it's banking. We want to make sure that they're really sure. So just know it, pay attention at this part. Recommend doing it on a computer if you can. Maybe it's my middle-aged eyes, but it's hard for me to see it on my phone. So I like to have it on a bigger screen when I'm checking it out. Now, next is our subscription. And again, partnerco.com, or no, where do I work again? Goodness gracious. Partner.co. We're not a dating site. Don't go to partner.com. Stick with partner.co. In the upper left-hand corner, those 3 little lines, we're going to have a subscription manager. If you click on that, it's going to open up your subscription. Now, at the bottom of your screen on your dashboard, you're going to see at the bottom our qualifying week if you scroll all the way down. And if you just see red writing up here, like it doesn't give me a qualifying week, I just have red writing. That means I'm out of my first 4 weeks. So I'm going to need to place an order right away to get myself qualified, and then I can set it up from 4 weeks from then. Okay. But most of us are going to see a color. And then when we go in to set up our subscription, we're going to click on a date and it's going to open up a calendar. Now, again, it could be these eyes, but I can't see what color these are. I really can't. So, but if you click on it, it fills it in for you. So just click on each week so you can see the difference between the different colors. So I'm looking for red. I'm going to click through until the red, the right date pops up, and it will be filled in red. So if you can't see it, if you're like me and you're like, I can't tell that this one's purple, click on it. You'll be able to see that it's purple. And it's going to look like you're going to add your product to your cart and you're going to check out. And it's going to look like it's charging you right now, but it's not. Now this one would have charged me a couple weeks ago, but it's going to charge you whatever date you picked. So just keep that in mind. So even though you're, putting in your credit card payment and you're saying submit, it's not charging you right now. It's charging you on the date that you picked. Okay. So that's the subscription. Now, next thing that we talk about a lot of times is that we want to have worker bees, right? So what is a worker bee? A worker bee is somebody that's posting twice a day and is moving drops through their business. So we want to be a worker bee, and then we want to gather a hive of worker bees. And we want to help those people have as much success as possible. So one of the first things that we do with that is on your boards, you should see a start here button. I don't know what you want to call it, but if you click on that, it's going to take them to a landing page, and it's going to allow them to connect with us. It's going to show them boards. It's going to help them get boards installed on their phone. So it's going to take them to the App Store, the Google Play Store. It's going to add our personal board in there. It's going to invite them to Telegram. It's going to add our personal Telegram. It's going to invite them to PartnerCo and allow them to add themselves. And then at the very end, it's going to tell them, congratulations, introduce yourself. And that's going to come to me. And when I get those, typically once a week, I shoot a little text message out to them that's scripted. It's in boards. And I say, welcome, congratulations, good job. And then I invite them to this training. So it's a way that you can bring your people into the fold so that they get on to the Getting Started training. They get a little bit more information, and they have somebody else that they can ask questions. So just know it only comes to me. I don't share that information anywhere, but I do welcome everybody to the team with that. So that's kind of the first step that I send to all of my new brand partners. Now, the next thing that as I'm growing the team, I've got to make sure of what's going on in my organization. And how do I do that? I look at a couple of different places. So again, that same drop-down menu, but I'm going to go look at my money and my volume. Okay. And it's going to show me what's happening for the week. So it's Wednesday. So we're about halfway through because this resets every Saturday morning, and we're going to see our orders throughout the week. Now, normally what I would recommend, especially if you're new and you want to see the majority of the activity in your volume report, look on Friday, right? Go see what's going on Friday, but you might be checking if you're running for a rank. You might look throughout the week to kind of see where you're at and kind of what's going on. But what I look in here, I want to know the health of my organization, and I want to know where to place my next person. So let's just pretend that I am enrolling somebody with a 10-pack right now. And I go look at my volume because I want to know where to place them. You'll notice that I've got a red line and I've got a green line. Okay. So red, it's pink, but we're going to call it red. Red means stop. Okay. I am not going to place my next person in that red line. Because this week, this moment, and this could flip-flop as your team's growing, it's going to flip-flop back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. But at this exact moment, I know that I want to place in the white line. Green means go. I'm going to place my next person in my smaller line, in my pay line. Because this week, at this moment, my line 2 is my power line. Okay, so what does that mean? That means it's my bigger line at this moment. That's all it means. It's nothing crazy. I'm getting paid on it. I'm getting match pay. I'm going to love on everybody in there. I'm not going to treat them anything different, but I am going to place my next person on my line 1 because that is my pay line at this moment. Now, 15 minutes from now, right? It can flip-flop right again. So before you place anybody, before you leverage that next order, before you do anything, I always look at volume and I check which one is my pay line right now. Now you might have 5 lines, okay? You're gonna look at the same thing. You're gonna stop at the red line and you're gonna place in one of your green lines, okay? Now, next thing that I look at here, these are links. If I click on it, it's gonna open up a report and it's gonna tell me all of the orders and yes, you can tell how old I am by the musicians that I chose, but it's going to tell you all of the orders that make up that volume. And again, I look at this every Friday. And why? Well, I want to know what's going on in my organization. I want to know the health of my organization. I want to know if people are following the system of growth. And I can tell right here. I'm going to sort by regular orders, and I'm going to go look at the volume. Now, if I see a bunch of multiples of 1,000, or I'm sorry, of 500, a bunch of multiples of 208, well, then I know they're moving 4-packs and 10-packs, 4-packs and 10-packs. But if I start seeing wonky numbers, then I know that maybe I need to lovingly course correct, that perhaps my team's gotten a little off track. Maybe they fell in love with a different product and they're starting to talk about something else. And I know that we have amazing products. I love all of them. But the one that stops the scroll, the one that the system's built around that allows the most people to win, is going to be the drops. So I want to make sure that I'm seeing the drops in here. And if not, I'm going to have a conversation, not as a bully, but just to see what's going on. Now, a good example of that is right here. Now, Aretha, she actually bought 11 boxes of drops. And that's great, like good. But she bought a 10-pack and 1. So what'd she do? She spent an extra $30 on that 1 box. So I'm going to call her and I'm going to say something like, hey, congratulations, lady, you must be moving boxes. Next time, hold that other order for just a couple days. Pre-sell a couple because then you can get a 4-pack and you're going to drop the cost again. I don't want you to pay an extra $30. So you can, right? But I want you to save your pennies because I'm cheap, right? So I'm just going to check that out. Now, the other thing I'm going to look at is their email addresses. Aretha, it's probably her. Whitney, it's probably her. But I don't think Josh is Kate, right? So I know that Josh is leveraging orders under somebody else. So I'm going to jot down his name because that's somebody I want to call. That's somebody I want to love on and just be like, dang, you're moving because not only did you get gold and ultimate, but now you're ordering under other people. Okay. So that's something I look at. Now, the next thing I look at in my back office, and I do this every Wednesday because it gives me the maximum amount of time to work with my people. But I'm going to go look at my striking distance report. And I sort by the week, and I'm looking for week 3. Now, if you've never looked at this before, you got to start with week 4. But you got to realize we only have the rest of today, Thursday and Friday. So we've got like 2.5 days to work with somebody if they're in week 4 to get them across their finish line. Okay. So I like week 3 because I've got 10 days to go help them get to where they want to go. Now, where do they want to go? Golden Ultimate. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to jot down people in a couple of different lists. So right now, Madonna, she's a rock star and she already hit Ultimate, right? So I'm going to write her down on the Ultimate column. Now, Tina, she hit Elite, but she needs 192 PV to get to Ultimate. So I'm going to write down Tina and 192 under, almost there. Same with Whitney. She needs 424. Okay, we got a couple more Ultimates. This one needs 500, 500, 500. This one actually is only a business, so they actually need quite a bit more, but they've got 576. So I know that they need almost 1,000 PV to get to Ultimate. Same here, this one needs 1,000 PV. I'm going to write those all down and then I'm going to go work the phone. Okay, so I'm going to go make some phone calls. First calls I'm going to make. Anybody on week 3 that's not Ultimate yet. Why am I calling them? Well, one, I want them to know the value of Golden Ultimate. Maybe they don't even know. Maybe they don't realize that that's going to maximize their pay for the entire life of their business. So I'm going to call them up and be like, oh my gosh, you're 192 PV away from Golden Ultimate. Do you know what that means? Okay, awesome. How can I help you get there? And they might just place a order for a 4-pack right then because they're like, well, dang, I'm selling them. I'm just going to get there. Or they might say, I need some help, on my social media. And I say, okay, well, let's go live. Let's go do a Facebook Live together and let's go stir the pot a little bit. Or maybe we can sit down with a couple people. And if I'm local, let's go meet up and let's have a drop talk at your house. We'll go grab coffee, whatever it may be, invite a couple people that haven't seen the drops yet. And maybe we can sell some boxes so that you can pre-order for them. So we're going to just go support them to help them get to Golden Ultimate. Now, the next group of calls is people that have reached Ultimate, but I haven't met them yet. And I want to go introduce myself and I want to go brag on them. Congratulations. I'm so excited for you. Do you even know what you've done? This is a big deal. This means something for your business. And I'm going to go love on them. And then the last group is anybody that's ordering under somebody else. Just like you saw with Josh ordering under Kate, I'm going to go say, hey, congratulations. You're doing great work. How many boxes have you moved? Oh, wow, 40? Well, hey, have you done a drop talk yet? I'd love to come in and let's go do a drop talk, right? And then that will be the next conversation. So hormones and health, drop talks, customer appreciation events. I don't care what you call them. They're all the same thing. And I'm just going to share a little bit about how we do them. And I'll tell you, we want to make them, the key of it is make it duplicatable. Well, I want to make sure that if you come to mine, you walk out going, I could do that, right? So if you come over, am I going to have a huge spread? No. Can you? Yes, if you want to, but I want it to be so simple. I might have a little bowl of nuts sitting out in case people are starving, right? Be a little bit hospitable. I might have those little bottles of water or a pitcher and some cups, right? I want to make it so that when they come in, they feel comfortable, but they also walk out going, I could have done that. And then I also want the entire thing in one babysitter hour. And that's telling you my mom talk. But what does that mean? I want you to be able to give your kids to the babysitter, get in the car, drive over to where I'm having this conversation, see the entire presentation, like chit chat with me after and drive home all with in 1 hour. Because I don't want to make this a big expense in either time or babysitter dollars, right? Every single person is busy. And if they come over and it takes me 3 hours to share with them, what do you think they're going to say? I loved it. It was great. I want it, but I don't have time for that, right? So we might be having fun and we love that time together, but we want it short and sweet. What does it look like? You come over to my house. This is my drop talk. Well, I'm going to welcome you in. I'm going to chit chat with you 5-7 minutes, right? Then I'm going to invite you into my living room. And I'm going to open up the slide deck that's on boards. All of you have it under customer conversion. And I'm going to show it on my TV. Okay. I'm going to share my story. Hey, my name's Andrea. I've been using these drops for a little over a year now. I absolutely love them. I lost about 20 pounds, but even more important, I'm less evil once a month. And I no longer have night sweats. And it's been phenomenal. So I'm super excited to share them with you. and then I'm going to walk through the slide deck. And there's a tip. Go practice that slide deck. Go do it for your cat, right? Grab somebody that got you started and you guys go practice it with each other. But go get comfortable with the flow, because when you get comfortable enough, you can do it with your eyes closed because you know what's on the next slide and you can walk through it very clean, okay? It's going to take you maybe 7 minutes. And then afterwards, you're going to say, you've got 3 options here. You can buy another box from me, $150. I'm going to make 50. You're going to say 50. It's a win-win. Or option number 2, pay $29.95 and you can get a membership with us, gets access to all of our products at a full 30% discount, or you can actually save and earn. You pay that $29.95 and we've got a system that I can show you on how you can earn money. It's super simple. You let me know what level you want to partner with me. I don't care. I just want your partnership. Whichever level you decide is great. And then we're done. And then it's the mingle. So if they stay for 3 hours after when you're done talking and they just want to mingle, fine, they can hang out, right? They can sit on the couch, eat popcorn and watch Friends with you. But it's the main portion we want in that 1 hour or less so that they can get back home if they need to, right? And that's how simple a drop talk is. So that's really everything that we had here for the advanced training. I'm going to stop my share, stop the recording.